people are using these days, they are very fast. We have a laptop, we have a desktop and systems and the like. So these are very portable, where we can carry it from one place to another, and it is a very small type of computer which has high speed at the end of the day. So that are the classification. Then, what are the basic elements of computer? What are the features? What are the things that can be done when you are processing some an information, a data in the computer? The first thing is input devices. Input devices. There, you know, computer has a part, and when we're talking about elements, we are talking about components. What makes up a computer? Every component of computer has their own function. As keyboard has its own function. Keyboard is used for input. Without keyboard, it cannot be. So, input devices of computer refer to the unit through which data are fed to the computer, and it can be done through keyboard and other means. When you type something through the keyboard, you input a data into the system of which it will be processed. So that is that on input devices. Those are the devices that you can classify as input. Then we have a central processing unit, which is a CPU. This is the heart of a computer that does the calculation and the computation, and we call it does some logistic calculation, and that is why you can call a central processing unit a system. So the elements of CPU are control unit. We have arithmetic. The three things that CPU does is that it helps in control unit. That means how it controls the activities of the system. Then arithmetical and the logic unit. This has to do with calculations or anything that has to do with arithmetical calculation. Then we also have internal storage. You know, we have a ROM, we have RAM, we have a ROM, random access memory, where we have a read-only memory. Yeah, so those are the part of the computer that does a storage function. So that is the three work of a CPU. That means that has to do with the calculation, then internal storage, which include RAM and ROM. Now we're talking about input devices. It is the unit through which processed information is displayed. Yes. So, and what are the things? What are the things we have? The information is displayed through printer, then through a screen in the computer, which is so that is that on the output device. Then we also have a storage unit. Let me lay emphasis on that output. There is what we call display unit in the computer. So it appears, and it can also be printed through the printer. So printer is also called output device. Then we have a storage unit. This is called the external backing storage, and it is used to store information in the machine sensible form. And e.g. we have a diskette, magnetic tape, and then, you know, when you get an information, then you want a backup. You want an extra information, should in case you might lose an information. So you can store information through diskette or magnetic tape, and anytime you need those information, you can easily get access to it through the diskette means or the magnetic tape. So now we're going to software. What is a software? Software is the instruction or program which controls the operation of the computer hardware. And when we're talking about software, is an instruction, and that was developed. Software is developed by the programmer, and it is the work of the programmer to work on the software, to design it according to instructions and the language, and combine the language of the computer to the language of the software. So what are the type of software? You know, we have different type of software. So we have a system software. When we're talking about system software, it is a software that is being inserted in the computer, that already is in the computer, and this is the collection of programs which contribute to the control and the performance of the system. So they are provided by the manufacturer, the company that manufactures that computer system. They do normally store what we call system software. And what are the examples of system software? We have the operating system, utility program. So those are being stored. They are the kind of software that it has been already been put into the system. So they have utilities, they have a program. You can only access that program through the system. But when we're talking about the application program, these are those ones that are drawn by the programmer. Though the programmers draw the system and the application software, but system software is only drawn, it is only provided by the manufacturer. So application is a program or set of programs which form a complete system for particular application. Application program, it is a kind of program that is set for a particular program, different type of it. It has nothing to do with it, but it is you can call it specialized application from different fields. Accounting has its own application, whereby sciences, engineering also have their own application. So the programmers can design the application. We can also call it ready-made application. So it is a kind of a program that is being prepared to suit the interest of a particular profession. So they are called application package. And what are the examples? We have a Word, Microsoft Word. So, and what are the work of Microsoft Word is to type letters and make letters to be very neat, and so it is only meant for a letter to type letters, to write a correspondence and the like. But then we have a spreadsheet which is called Excel. Under spreadsheet we have the Excel, and Excel is used to do to draw financial statement, to do some calculations, which so it is only meant for calculations and to prepare a financial statement. So that is that on the spreadsheet Excel. Then we have a word processing program. So we have different types of application. We have so many application packages. Topic 2, computer accounting system. So these are applications used in preparing accounting statements. The benefit of this computer application system is that it gives accurate records. It works at a very fast speed. So it also reduces costs, and it can handle a lot of data, can handle different types of data. It makes update of business record easy. So that is that on the benefit of computer accounting. Now, what are the disadvantages of computer accounting? And this is very important. You must take note. It all do normally comes out in the SS3 and the WAEC. So, and that's where they base the questions to, which is a computer accounting system. Then what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage is that maintenance cost is very high. Then it causes unemployment, and it can only be handled by trained staff. Then it brings about redundancy of client staff, because it renders staff useless. Using computer accounting system, it does not make them to be functioning, because computer has taken most of their activities. So then frequent change in technology leads to obsolescence. Yes, that do normally happens like that when the technology is advancing from time to time, and when there is advancement in technology, which is change in technology, then the ones that are using will become outdated, why they begin to use the new technology that is current. So before you can be using that kind of technology, also you need to be trained. So when there is frequent change, it leads to obsolescence of that technology, and when you replace them with a new one that people are using now. So that is the disadvantage. Now, what are the areas of application of computer in accounting? When we have a preparation of payroll, they can design a package that will always cater for preparation of payroll, and payroll is on the side of the worker. The payroll, the numbers of workers, then the salary they earn, the allowance and all that. That is the that on the preparation of payroll. So application package also aid in preparing of statement of account. There are some packages that can also be designed to prepare only statement of account, which is a trading profit and loss and the finance and the balance sheet as at that day, which can make work easier and make the work very fast. Then on another side is the preparation of assets register. There are some packages, accounting packages, which is strictly made to prepare asset register. That means to register, company has asset whereby through the asset register they will be able to know the assets that the company owns at the end of the day. Then you can also prepare packages in the area of preparation of creditors and debtors account, so as to adjust. There are some applications that only cater for creditors and debtors account. That means how you schedule, and that's done through control account, where you know the balance of creditors, balance of debtors at the end of the day. Then you can another area is the monitoring cash position. There are some applications in computer in accounting where it's only designed to monitor cash position. So that are the things in the accounting process. Then we talk about the techniques of data process. What are the techniques? That one do normally come out in the exam. So real-time system, we have real-time system. That's another technique. In real-time system, the accounting data are input through a remote terminal and immediate edited, processed and written on the relevant computer file. Now on this it has a remote terminal whereby editing, processing are written on the relevant computer file.